get this game started, so I don't really know. I haven't really looked at much yet. I've done a little bit of settings tweaking, but other than that, in other words, I've set everything to maximum because of course I did. I saw these, so I don't really know what these are yet. So let's have a quick look at the options and then we'll get started. So evidence in the casebook will have an icon to indicate you can use it to advance the case. I mean, I've played the Sherlock Holmes games, maybe detective. Evidence in your casebook will have no hint icons, leaving you to work out what action to take next. I kind of like that. Master Sleuth, you will receive no hints at what to do in your investigation, no prompts to visit the Mind Palace. Oh, yeah, I've heard about this, the Mind Palace mechanic. There was some guys on Green Man Gaming channel talking about it, said it's very Sherlock Holmes. So we'll see how that goes. You won't be notified when you've collected all key evidence. I do kind of like that. I didn't like that about the Sherlock games, the fact that it tells you, like, you have everything, now solve the case. But I guess it makes sense to not be running around like an idiot. I think I'm good enough at this kind of thing now. Combat. Monsters have standard health, your character has standard resistance to insanity. That doesn't sound like me. Monsters have more health, your character has low resistance to insanity, or easy monsters less health, your character has high resistance to insanity, and first aid kits restore you to full health. Now, I'm just going to go with normal. I'm not a super hard combat type person, but I do like this option. So we'll go with that. I'm assuming I can change that at any point anyway in the game if I need to, since it's in the settings menu. A frosty welcome. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you've requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and the visions in the city of Oakmont, Mass. As it turns out that your assumption, I'm guessing that's Massachusetts, as it turns out your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, hunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here and help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes Vanderberg. Cool. Challenge is nice as long as it doesn't destroy you, literally. Yeah. Usually it destroys me. All the time. Break the mirror. It's bad luck. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, so we just jumped into the Sarlacc pit. I didn't realize this was a Star Wars game. Okay. First aid kit and a brick. Perfect. Oh god, I'm not pressing W. Oh god, again. Right. Okay, yep, this is... Yep, right about there, and fire. God damn it. So I can't pick that up? What do I do to pick it up? Oh, jeebus. Okay. How to pick up? I want my gun. There we go. Folding camera I can take. Let's from J. Vanderberg as he requested. We've already read that. I want you.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
So take it. Yes. Thank you.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oh my god, that picture kind of reminds me of Oxenfree for some reason.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
What have we got in here? Oh. Oh, okay, so click and hold those. That looks evil. Yeah, who hung this here? That's probably why I've been having some weird dreams. What have we got? Hi there!
Now get out!
Prick.
Now get out!
You get out. God, this guy is made of some strong stuff.
Get out!
Fine. Jesus.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg, at your service.
Oh, you wrote me a letter recently.
I promised to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Nice suit.
You said you know someone who can help me with my
Straight to the chase.
problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont.
It looks like the Vault-Tec sales guy at the beginning of Fallout 4.
Robert Throgmorton is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
God, I know that voice actor.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
But reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
You gonna shave your beard?
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher.
Did this guy voice Vesemir from Witcher 3?
The city is cut off from
Well, all the Witcher games.
I must say I rather like it, despite
Sounds like him.
atmosphere, you know?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Need to learn a lot this weekend. Study time, is it? Okay. Don't know how much you'll be here. Well, that's no problem. Your study is more important. Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a
Got any
philosophy
hobbies?
club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Oh, well, that's not ominous. You've heard that an axe from The Witcher is involved here, but haven't played it and can't confirm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this guy. This guy sounds like Vesemir. He's putting on a bit more of an accent, and his voice is a little bit, like, lighter. Like, Vesemir was more grizzled, but there's a certain tone there that sounds just like him. Ugh. Ew, that stinks. Ugh. Welcome to Oakmont, a town on the rise. Yeah, it looks it. Only the most flavorful seafood. Like big octopus and trash. Yuck. Under the keel bar and exit. Okay, can I just have a look? Oh my god. Yeah, so I've seen the map in this game and it's... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. This looks so good. Right, so the boat we need is over there. I'm guessing these blue ones are streets that have flooded. So those are going to be some of the natural barriers, and I bet I can't cross these zones until stuff happens, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. So I'm here, the boat's there, I need to go up that way, I suppose? So the boat's over there, but let's have a wander. Let's have a loot. You know me and looting. Oh, that's making me sick already. What was that?
There's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Albert Throgmorton's will. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There's unreadable. We should never have done that. Everything should have remained in the cave. Professor something, I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. Unreadable. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on, and blah, 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 and it ends. In the end, it comes. I must warn everybody. I must tell my father. Unreadable. He's here. Ooh.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Okay. What is... What? Oh god. Okay, something happened there to the camera and I don't understand why. I'm not going... I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. This is too creepy already. Too dang creepy. Nothing in here? Nope. I mean, I'm assuming I need to use this weirdo detective vision at some point as well. Hello?
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Your features are unusual, sir.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed
King of the Gorillas.
all our offspring with these exquisite features.
That explains it.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dream.
Oh, good.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells, they are everywhere.
So they're just refugees?
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
No, tell me how you really feel.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
My name is not Vera.
You better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in.
Is that like saying Benny?
It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where is it?
The house where this all happened.
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Okay. So I'm guessing that's the house. And the lifeboat was probably the one we looked at, right?
I've said everything I know.
Okay.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Ooh. Fraser Crane got stuck in between forms. Aha. So, can we go this way? Then we should have another look at that lifeboat first. So is there a way to bring up a... here we go. Casebook. So a frosty welcome. So Robert's request. Robert Throgmorton wants me to find his son Albert, who went missing at the port after returning from an expedition at sea. He was found barely conscious by a fisherman on the shore who brought him to his house, back there. The fisherman says that Albert was mentally affected and acted aggressively before disappearing. Robert arrived to investigate and is now standing in front of the house in question. Until he found, Robert won't allow anyone to leave the port. Hotel room key, that's mine. Find Robert Throgmorton. So Jonas Vandenberg says I need to find a person in Oakmont. So we found him, but he wants us to do a job, and there's the letter, and okay. So, this is the first one. And this was his will. Looks like Kelsey Grammer when he plays Beast in X-Men. That's it, yeah. He kind of does, doesn't he? Kind of does. Hope someone finds this. My name is Albert, blah, blah, blah. We've already read all that. Okay, so yeah, this is, I've seen this in action. This is kind of like the Sherlock Holmes game where you've got to put two pieces of information together and see if they match up, and you get a conclusion out of it. So the Throgmortons and the Innsmouthers are going through a feud, and Albert returned mentally unstable after he was at sea. So they don't really go together. So that's very much like the Sherlock game. Okay. I don't know if this is going to show us stuff. Like, should I have this on all the time and just keep looking around? Is it going to highlight weird shit for me? At least this explains why there's police barriers here now. I wonder if we can talk to these folk as well.
Can't
Hi.
catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Damn Innsmouthers.
Get here, newcomer. Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
I'm never going home again. So there's a couple of harpoons in here as well. Is there anything else about this?
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Okay, there goes the camera again. So it was the helmet that made that happen. I kind of wondered. I noticed the blue bar starts going down on the left there as well, so I'm guessing that's the sanity meter. Hi, who are you? I found your son. He's here. This guy chopped him up. Look, he's carrying the bits. This guy chopped him up. Come and shoot him. He's carrying bits of people. Hang on. Oh god. Oh god, I'm going. Alright, I'm leaving. Your place is effed up. I'm out. I'm done. I quit. I'm going back on the boat. I've got disappearing people carrying body parts. Probably can't leave, can I? God damn it. Alright, let's go in the house. What is this, by the way? This just looks oddly specifically laid out, like... I don't know. Let's go in. Oh, okay, we just face plant into the door and it opens. Gotcha. What do we got here? So we got fish. Now who would put nice linen like this on a table and then start gutting fish on it? That's just gross. Ooh. Ooh. This place probably smells delightful.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Well, I found blood.
It takes tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
So that got tossed over. That looks like the top. There's blood on it, so it would... yeah, Hi.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
No, you tell me.
I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Let's start with your name, sir.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Teach a man to fish, he'll feed himself for life, I think, is the
I want
object lesson.
Here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst, and he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
A voice that called you,
Where's this K you keep mentioning?
Outsider, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's...
I'm not acquainted with your creepy religion.
K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please.
I've got some really nasty scars here as well.
Sir,
Oh.
tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or... K, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Well, I didn't say sleep, I just said rest. Like, you know, just sit down and don't move around too much. Oh, God. Sorry. I've moved my keyboard, guys. That's what's happening here today. Did I just turn a flashlight on? Oh, shit, I did. Cool. I'm finding out how to play the game. Oh, God. Stop it.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Ew.